Hello, and welcome to At Home with Lucas. So today we're going to be talking about Intelligentsia Coffee. In particular, we're going to talk about their dark roast whole bean. Yes, people, I have seen this bag of beans on Amazon Prime Now and on Amazon's main website for probably 2 years now, and I've never pulled the trigger on it because it always looked a little bit expensive and it didn't really have any background. It didn't have anything that was like going for it. I wasn't intrigued in any way. Just had this really weird looking bag that kind of looked more like a race car than it did anything else. So in this video we're going to be doing a hands-on with the bag, then we're going to crack that bad boy open and take a look at those beans. After that I'm going to put those bad boys into the burr grinder and break those things down. Perfect for, you got it, the pour over. After that, we're gonna do my favorite part of this whole shebang, the sip test. Yes, people, I absolutely love tasting new coffee, and this one, it might be a winner. I don't know, it might be a winner. And then we're gonna figure out, is this a daily, weekly, monthly, or never consumption coffee? It does happen, people, it does happen. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Right, let's take a look at this bad boy right quick. So this is the whole bean. I like how there's just 1 star right there. Intelligentsia. I like this bag though. It's very clean. It's very elegant. I like the coloring. Very big thumbs up for that right off the bat. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. It kind of looks like the wings of maybe a phoenix or something, and you have what looks like might be a cup of coffee, espresso cup, but also that's an eyeball. So very cool on that. This looks like something that might be something to do with more like a sports car or something, unless a bag of beans, but it is about a bag of beans. All right, El Diablo dark roast. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a fan of the dark roast, people. Woo! I love it. A blend of coffees from various seasonals. All right, varies seasonally. A blend of coffees from various seasonally. That is not correct English, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not the best in English, but I'm looking at this and I'm going, that doesn't look right. Anyways, you got the caramelized sugar, molasses, and chocolate. Wow, that is bueno. All right, it was roasted on 5/3/21, so not that far back, but also a little bit far back, but that's not bad for Amazon. That's not bad at all. All right, this is direct trade. This is a 12, right? So clean brewer, grind fresh, use filtered water. I've heard that you can use regular water and get better tasting coffee, but that's something you'll have to try yourself. Hey, great coffee is not the result of chance. Oh, I love it. Chicago, Illinois. That's 3 hours for me if I drive slowly. I can get there in 2 hours and 45 minutes. All right. Cool. Best buy date is right there. Did I miss the one-way valve? Let me see. Oh, here's a little bit more about this coffee right here. All right. Let me flatten that out for you guys. There you go. Pause it if you need to, of course. There's the one-way valve in the back. Oh, the aroma is not bad. It smells a little bit artisan. Very interesting. All right, so I don't know when this became the standard, but this is now the 3rd, I think, maybe 3rd or 4th bag that I've opened this way. So that's very interesting. I'm slowly becoming a fan, and the more I do this, the less I like the other way. So take a look at these beans. Now this is dark roast, and what does dark roast mean? It should have a lot of oil. That's pretty standard. All right, take a look. Holy bejesus. Oh man, these look like they came from the desert. They have no oil. They are stripped. Wow. It may look like there's oil on this, but that one right there has oil. The rest, wow, very... Okay, all right, I'll not harp on that too much. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm looking at is what I would consider an artisan bean. It looks healthy, it looks fresh, it looks good. It does not have that dark roast oil all over it. They may push back and say the process that they use to make these are, the process does not create that much oil. I would push back and say, well, then it's not a dark roast. This is more of a medium roast. But who am I to say to the gods that make this bag? All right, so these can either be one of two things. They can be cheap beans that they bought, they roasted correctly, they cared for, or they could push back and say, no, these are artisan beans. These are beans that are of higher quality, and that's what they have here. These are the small to medium size. I wouldn't even go as far as to say these are medium. These are very small, and these are very indicative of an artisan bean or a very, very cheap bean that they're trying to make look like a Ferrari. So it's like a Toyota with a Ferrari badge on it. I don't know, and I won't know until we get into the sip test, of course. We'll know a little bit more when we do the grind test. I'm not really seeing any imperfections. They look healthy, they look good. The aroma is mild. It's not punchy, it's not hitting me in the face, and it doesn't necessarily have that dark roast smell to it. So once again, this could be a company that is trying to say they are the supreme above supreme, but in reality, they're just a good Toyota. So coming up, we're gonna throw these bad boys over to the burr grinder, and let's see what this story tells us. All right, listen up, people. We're gonna brew up some coffee. Yes, I can't believe I've not said El Diablo like 1,000 times. I actually knew someone growing up where their dog was named El Diablo, or maybe just Diablo. It was, and then I knew someone who had a dog named Diesel. Very strange dog names. All right, so we're doing a pour over, so you want it to be right around the medium grind setting. Typically, I go just below the middle of medium to get a good flavor boost. Yes, people, the finer the grind, the more the flavor. But you gotta watch out. If you go too fine, you will clog up your pour over filter and it will not function right. So bear in mind, don't do that. All right, so for a pour over, you want it to be between 180 and 190. Any hotter and it's actually going to scald the ground coffee. So avoid that like the plague, people. Avoid it. Man, this camera guy is not very good this time. All right, I typically go to about 200 and let it cool. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at said ground beans, people. It's very interesting for a dark roast. You got a lot of light notes in there. That's very, very interesting. Typically, you never see that because all of that stuff is burned off. Yes. Talking about the husk or the rind or whatever you call that stuff. Typically, that's burnt off. But I think because this is an artisan roast, that's going to stay there. And look at the color on that. Very rich, very luxurious looking color. That is very nice. All right, we got the Coffee Gator pour over maker machine. This is one of my favorite ways to make coffee in my house. And if you've never had a pour over cup of coffee before, you are missing out. Okay, so that is a 1 ounce scoop. I typically do about 4 ounces to 500 milliliters of coffee. So if you're following along at home, you can do the same. It makes a very punchy, very strong, very powerful cup of coffee. I think I pour a little bit extra off camera because I'm just about 3.5 ounces right now, and I definitely dumped the rest in. So all right, we got the Coffee Gator pour over kettle right there. I am not sponsored by Coffee Gator. They have not ever reached out to me or talked to me, so boo on them. No, I'm just kidding. They make great products, or at least great pour over maker and kettle. Everything else they make is decent. I'm not going to give it 5 stars, but it's decent. All right, so the first pour, you want to just soak the grounds, let it drip for about 30 seconds, and then you're going to hit it with the first actual pour, and that's going to show you the possibility of freshness and all that. So coming up, we will see how fresh these beans truly are, because if you see a plumage and you see a lot of crema-like appearance on top, woo, like that right there, people. Whoa, look at that crema, people. Wow. Now, when I say crema, I'm just talking about the frothiness that appears on top. That is not indicative of actual crema. That's from an espresso shot, but I like to call it crema because it's something that people know and it makes sense. It's a frothy-like appearance on top. All right, once again, my maker is not showing me the stream. It's completely fogging up. Don't know why. If you know why, comment down below. All right, look at that. Glorious. Wow, that is what you want to see when you do a pour over. And look at that plumage. It's starting to like bloom up. It's expanding upwards. That is a sign of very, very good beans, good quality, and they were grown correctly and healthy. All right, look at that cinnamon swirl. Not all pour over coffee does the cinnamon swirl. Typically it's more of a dark roast that will do it, but this one has a lot of imagery that is very similar to a medium roast. So it's very interesting that we're dealing with a dark roast, yet it is indicative of, or it's showing me that it's more of a medium dark roast, I would say. But it is the El Diablo, so you don't know, you have no idea. All right, and it's holding the water. As you can see, it's not just shooting right through. Typically junk coffee, if you put it in a pour over, there it is, there's that stream. Woo, beautiful. Yeah, typically if you put junk coffee into a pour over, you're going to see that it is junk coffee because the water will literally just shoot right through it and drip out the bottom. And if you have a good healthy bean, it's going to absorb all that water. The grounds will absorb it and release the water through it slowly, giving you all the flavor that you could possibly want and need. So this coffee is doing that. All right, we're reaching our 500 milliliter mark, and that is where we shall stop. Thanks for brewing with me, people. All right, the Grand Canyon mug. Okay, so on the pour, we want to see a nice, rich, solid stream. There we go, people. Ooh, look at that. That is a beautiful stream right there. Wow, luxurious. That is very, very nice. That is rich. There's been no color grading, no filters thrown on this video. This is straight from camera and pretty close to the naked eye, I should say. Wow, yes. That looks like a yum cup of joe. Hey, what's up guys? I want to talk about a sponsor that I have for this channel, Don Pablo Coffee. Yes, people, Don Pablo makes an amazing variety of coffee. I actually went down to Miami, Florida and modeled for his bourbon infused coffee. Yes, people, they have bourbon infused coffee. This is coffee for the people who don't even like to drink coffee. This is coffee for people who love to drink coffee but are bored of the normal coffees. They have single serve bourbon infused coffee. They have whole bean bourbon infused coffee, not to mention all the other varieties they have. They are a small batch coffee roaster. Now you're probably thinking, what does that mean? What does it mean? I'm going to tell you. A small batch means you're going to get a fresher bean. Yes, people, everything they roast is roasted smaller, which means you're getting a fresher batch. All the other companies roast in ginormous roasting contraptions, and that means you're getting it less of a fresh batch. So click the link down below, go buy some amazing coffee, and let's get back to the video. All right, let's get into the sip test, people. Woo! So the smell of this coffee is actually very, very familiar, and it's kind of one of those smells that you get used to when you're dealing with an off-brand, when you're dealing with a brand that's not a Starbucks, a Don Pablo, a Javalia, a Lavazza. When you're dealing with an off-brand who buys beans, I think, from a similar location, or at least they're grown in a similar location, because they have that sort of authentic smell to them. And if you brew up this coffee, you're gonna smell it immediately and you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But enough jibber jabber, let's get into the sip test. Hopefully it's not 140. Hopefully it's cooled down to 132. Lately my coffee has been very hot. Oh my. Ooh. Wow. That is delectable. Woo! Whoa, super, super good. Okay, so the first thing you notice is that it's like an aromatic. It like kind of makes like almost like a minty, fresh taste in your mouth. It kind of opens up all your taste buds. It's very fresh, very airy, very light. And yet it's a dark roast, so it has that like dark hit to it, but wow. Wow, that coffee is no joke. Okay, so it has a little bit of like a chocolatey hit to it. It's got a tiny bit of smoky. It's very earthy, and it's completely airy. It just like fills up every part of your mouth with this sort of yummy, airy, sort of light. It's the complete opposite of a dark roast. It's almost like they said, we're gonna squash the bitterness and we're gonna make the bitterness disappear. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't even have to think anymore. 4.7. 4.7 stars. This is, it's not my favorite. I'm not gonna say this is the 5-star hitter. This is the grand slam. This one is very good though. You could taste the quality. You can taste that the beans were grown correctly. The roasting process, I'm gonna say it's artisan. I'm gonna say this is more of an artisan roast than anything. It's a roast that is gonna be unique to them. And now that I'm actually looking at the coffee right now, it is very luxurious looking. That is really premium looking, rich coffee. And the taste is truly amazing. Solid 4.7 stars. This is definitely a coffee that you can talk about. The bag looks amazing. You know, if you have a red Ferrari, you should probably be drinking this coffee. Also, if you have a red Ferrari, comment down below. Wow. Wow. Yeah. And as you sip it, it gives more and more. There's more and more flavor that's kind of flowing around the molars. It is just packed full of so much flavor. Wow, that is a good cup of coffee. And it's funny because oftentimes some of the better coffee has a smell to it that you're like, oh no, this is not gonna end well. Like, this is gonna be bad. And I should learn from my past. I should learn from my past, and I should say, no, if it smells funny, it's kind of like cheese. The smellier it is, the better it tastes. And this definitely had a very strong smell to it. A bitter smell, if you will, a very bitter smell. And it's the polar opposite of bitter. It's so yum. It's got that, that taste to it that you just want to keep drinking more. What if I just made a video where I just drank coffee and didn't say anything? Just started the video or a live stream, and you just watch me sip a cup of coffee and not say a single word, just yum, just enjoying it, and then end it when the coffee's over. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh man, I mean, you're kind of getting it right now, but I can't shut up. I never stop talking. Wow, solid 4.7 stars. Definitely a daily driver. I will be waking up with joy to drink this coffee. This is a TGIM. Thank God it's morning coffee. This is definitely a breath of fresh for my past bag of beans that I had that I was getting annoyed with. I was like, oh, this coffee is very mediocre and I don't feel that punch that I need. I need a kick to get going, and this is, ooh, so yum. So don't be afraid, buy it. There you go, that's Intelligentsia Dark Roast Whole Bean Coffee. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely click that like button. And if you want to join the At Home with Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos. And it's because of you guys, I surpassed 2K. Yes, people, on my way to 3K, but yep, I need your help. Yes, you right there. Tell your friends, tell your family, this guy's on YouTube. They should go subscribe and watch my channel. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, you're still there? Oh, yeah, click the link down below. Buy some of that Don Pablo coffee. You won't regret it. They have a wide variety of coffee also. If you don't want the bourbon coffee, you can buy their signature blend, which I think is absolutely amazing. So click the link, find some great coffee, and I'll see you in the next one.